Tonight, you are leaving the busy world behind, the noise, the rushing thoughts, the endless things to do. All of it can slowly drift away now, farther and farther into the distance, because tonight you are boarding a quiet train to the mountains. Welcome to the sleepy mind, a peaceful place for slow stories, gentle journeys, and deep, restful sleep. So before we begin, make yourself completely comfortable. Allow your blankets to soften around you. Let your body sink heavily into your bed and give yourself permission to fully rest tonight. There is nowhere to be, nothing to solve, and nothing expected from you now. Only the soft rhythm of the night and the quiet journey ahead, far away from crowded cities. A small mountain station waits beneath the stars. Snow drifts slowly through the cold night air. Golden lanterns glow softly beside the tracks, and somewhere in the distance, a train whistle echoes gently through the sleeping mountains. The train is waiting for you now. Warm lights shine softly through its windows. Soft steam rises quietly into the night sky. And inside, everything feels calm, safe, and wonderfully quiet. So take one slow, deep breath in and softly breathe out. Again, slowly, breathing in calm and breathing out every remaining thought from the day. And as the train prepares to leave the station, allow your thoughts to grow quieter, your breathing softer, and your body heavier with comfort. Tonight is not about arriving anywhere. There is nowhere you need to reach. It is simply about resting, drifting, and slowly falling asleep. So settle in now, as our sleepy train begins its gentle journey into the mountains. Close your eyes now and allow yourself to settle a little deeper into comfort. Feel the softness beneath you, the warmth of your blankets, the gentle stillness of the night around you. There is nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to finish, and nothing you need to think about right now. This time is only for rest. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently breathe out. Again, breathing in slowly and letting all the tension drift away as you exhale. With every breath, your body becomes a little softer, a little heavier, a little calmer. Now bring your attention to your forehead. Allow the muscles there to completely relax. Let your eyebrows soften, your eyes rest gently, your jaw loosen comfortably. Feel all the tiny tensions in your face slowly melting away. Your neck relaxes now, your shoulders becoming heavy, as though they no longer need to carry anything tonight. A calm warmth moves slowly down your arms, through your elbows, your wrists, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Your hands rest peacefully now, completely still, completely relaxed. Take another slow breath in and breathe out softly. Now feel your chest rise and fall gently, slow and steady. Your heartbeat calm, your breathing easy, your stomach relaxes, your back softens, and your entire body begins sinking deeper into comfort. Now your hips grow heavy, your legs relaxing completely. The calmness moves through your knees, your calves, your ankles, all the way down to your feet. Every part of your body is now resting, heavy, warm, peaceful. And as your body relaxes, your thoughts can begin to slow down too. You do not need to follow every thought tonight. You can simply let them drift past, like clouds moving slowly across a quiet night sky. If thoughts appear, that is perfectly okay. Just notice them gently, and let them float away again. Nothing needs your attention right now. Tomorrow can wait. Tonight is only for rest. Imagine now that outside your window, snow is falling softly through the night. The world is quiet, still, peaceful. Far away in the distance, you hear the soft whistle of a train echoing through the mountains. Slow, gentle, comforting. And with every passing moment, you feel yourself becoming sleepier, your body resting more deeply, your thoughts growing quieter, your breathing slower and softer. Soon, you will step aboard the warm mountain train. But for now, simply remain here in this peaceful stillness, breathing slowly, resting deeply, and allowing yourself to drift gently towards sleep. The night was quiet, so quiet that even the falling snow seemed to move in silence, far away from the busy world, far away from glowing cities and crowded streets. A tiny mountain station rested peacefully beneath the stars. Snow drifted slowly through the cold night air, soft white flakes turning gently beneath the lantern light. The station was small. Old wooden benches rested quietly beside the tracks, and a thin layer of fresh snow covered the platform. A few lanterns swayed softly in the wind, the warm golden light glowing against the blue darkness of the mountains. Everything here felt slow, still, and sleepy. You stood quietly at the edge of the platform, breathing in the cold mountain air. The air smelled fresh, clean pine trees, snow-covered wood, and distant chimney smoke drifting softly through the night. Above you, the sky stretched endlessly across the mountains, filled with countless quiet stars, and a pale silver moon hidden behind drifting clouds. Somewhere far away, the wind moved softly through the pine trees, a slow, gentle sound, like the mountains breathing in their sleep. You pulled your coat a little closer around yourself and watched the snow continue falling, slowly, peacefully, endlessly. The station clock ticked softly nearby, steady and calm in the silence, and then, very faintly at first, you heard it, a distant train whistle, low, soft, and lonely, echoing gently through the sleeping mountains. The sound drifted through the cold night air and slowly faded back into silence. Moments later, a warm glow appeared far down the tracks. Small at first, barely visible through the snowfall, but little by little, the light grew brighter, warmer, closer, until finally, the midnight mountain train emerged from the darkness, moving slowly beneath the falling snow. Its windows glowed softly like rows of golden lanterns, and clouds of steam curled gently around the wheels. The train did not hurry. It did not roar or rush. It simply glided quietly into the station, as though it had all the time in the world. The sound of the wheels was soft and steady, slow metal rolling against snowy tracks. The train came to a gentle stop beside the platform, and warm steam drifted upward into the freezing night air. For a few moments, everything became even quieter somehow. The lanterns flickered softly, the snow continued falling, and the mountains stood silently beneath the stars. A conductor stepped carefully onto the platform, wrapped in a long dark coat, with silver buttons that caught the lantern light. In one hand, he carried a small, glowing lantern. Its warm, golden light moved gently through the snow. The conductor looked calm, kind, and wonderfully unhurried. He tipped his hat slowly as he noticed you standing there and gave a small, peaceful smile. "Good evening," he said softly. "Welcome aboard." His voice was barely louder than the wind, calm and low, like part of the quiet mountain night itself. You stepped slowly toward the train, and the snow crunched softly beneath your boots, one careful step after another, slowly approaching the warm, glowing doors. The closer you came, the warmer the air felt, and the more comforting the train seemed. Soft light spilled gently from the windows, and behind the glass, you could see small lamps glowing inside the cabin. You reached the wooden steps and paused for just a moment, looking back across the sleepy station, the lanterns, the snowy benches, the quiet tracks disappearing into the mountains. Everything looked peaceful here, as though the world itself had become tired and finally decided to rest. Then slowly, very slowly, you stepped onto the train. The wooden steps creaked softly beneath your feet, and warm air drifted gently around you. Immediately, the comforting scent of cedar wood, old books, wool blankets, and freshly brewed tea surrounded you. The warmth felt wonderful after the cold mountain air. Outside, the snow continued falling silently through the night. Somewhere deep within the forest, an owl called softly beneath the moonlight. And as the train waited quietly at the station, the entire world seemed to grow calmer, slower, sleepier, still, as though the mountains themselves were gently preparing for sleep. Inside the train, the world felt warm immediately. Soft golden light glowed from small lamps beside the windows, and gentle shadows rested across the old wooden walls. The cabin was quiet, peaceful, and wonderfully calm. The cold mountain air slowly faded behind you, and in its place came warmth, the comforting warmth of blankets, tea, and softly crackling lamps. The conductor closed the train door gently behind you, and the sound was soft and careful, never hurried, never loud, only calm. You stood quietly for a moment, simply listening. Somewhere farther down the train, a kettle steamed softly, a low, peaceful sound drifting through the cabin. You could smell warm tea in the air, rich black tea with a faint sweetness of honey, mixed with the comforting scent of cedar wood. Aged books and the wool blankets warmed by the fire. The floor beneath your feet creaked gently as the train rested on the tracks. Slow little sounds from old polished wood, soft, sleepy, comforting. Only a few passengers sat quietly inside the cabin. Most were already resting peacefully beside the windows, wrapped in thick blankets, the warm light glowing softly across their sleepy faces. One elderly man slept quietly beneath a wool scarf, a small book resting loosely in his hands. Nearby, a woman sat peacefully with a steaming cup of tea, watching snow drift slowly beyond the glass. No one spoke loudly here. No one rushed. The entire train felt wrapped in stillness, as though everyone aboard had quietly agreed to leave the busy world behind for the night. You began walking slowly down the narrow aisle, your footsteps soft against the carpet. The lamps flickered gently beside you, and every seat looked warm and inviting. Small pillows rested beside folded blankets, and tiny frost patterns decorated the corners of the windows. Outside, the snowy mountains waited silently beneath the stars. The glass glowed faintly blue from the moonlight beyond, while inside, The cabin remained golden and warm. At last, you found your seat beside a large window near the back of the train. A thick blanket rested neatly across the cushion. Soft, heavy, comforting. You sat down slowly and immediately felt the warmth surrounding you. The seat was soft beneath you, and the blanket felt wonderfully warm against your hands. You pulled it gently across yourself and leaned back comfortably beside the window. Outside, the snow continued falling through the darkness, tiny flakes drifting endlessly beneath the lantern lights. The station looked even quieter now, the benches nearly hidden beneath fresh snow, the mountains standing silently in the distance, and every now and then, soft clouds of steam drifted past the window, blurring the outside world for a moment before fading again. The conductor moved quietly through the cabin, checking lanterns, straightening blankets, moving slowly and carefully beneath the warm lights. Then at last, he reached the front of the cabin, and with one gentle pull, the train bell softly rang, a low, peaceful sound echoing through the wooden carriage. Moments later, the train gave a small, gentle movement beneath you. Barely noticeable at first, just a soft shift, like a sleepy breath. Outside the window, the falling snow continued drifting quietly through the night, and somewhere far ahead, the dark mountain tracks disappeared into the endless forest. The lamps glowed softly beside you. The warmth of the blanket settled around your body, and the quiet rhythm of the train began to surround everything. Slow, gentle, sleepy, as though the entire journey had been made only for rest. The train rolled slowly forward, so gently that at first it almost felt like drifting. A soft movement beneath the cabin, a quiet shiver through the wooden floor, and then the steady rhythm began. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Slow wheels turning against snowy tracks, soft and endless beneath the warm cabin. Outside the window, the sleepy station began drifting farther away. The glowing lanterns grew smaller in the distance, their golden light fading softly into the snowy darkness. The wooden benches disappeared beneath falling snow, and soon only the mountains remained. Tall, dark pines stretched endlessly across the hills, their branches heavy with snow, glowing softly beneath silver moonlight. Inside the train, the lamps flickered gently beside the windows, small pools of warm golden light resting across the wooden walls. The entire cabin swayed softly with the movement of the train, back and forth, slow and comforting. Click, clack, click, clack. You pulled the blanket a little closer around yourself and listened to the quiet rhythm beneath you. Again and again, the same gentle sound, steady, predictable, sleepy. Outside, the snowy forest drifted slowly past the glass, dark pine trees moving silently through the night. Every now and then, the moonlight would shine through an opening in the trees, filling the cabin with soft silver light for just a moment, before the darkness of the forest returned again. Far below the tracks, a frozen river shimmered faintly beneath the moon, smooth and still beneath drifting fog. The train crossed slowly over a small wooden bridge, and the sound beneath the wheels changed softly. Click-clack, click-clack, click-clack. A deeper, slower rhythm echoing gently into the mountains. Then once again, the steady rolling sound returned. Click, clack, click, clack. The warmth of the cabin felt even softer now, the gentle movement of the train making your body feel heavier with every passing minute. Nearby, the kettle still steamed quietly, somewhere farther down the carriage, a peaceful little sound mixing with the rhythm of the wheels. A passenger near the front of the cabin turned a page softly in a book. Another rested quietly beneath a thick blanket, eyes closed, breathing slow and calm. Everything aboard the train felt wonderfully unhurried, as though time itself had slowed down for the night. Outside, the snow continued falling endlessly through the mountains, tiny flakes drifting beneath the pale moonlight. Some floated gently against the window before disappearing into darkness again. You watched your reflection faintly appear in the glass, blurred softly beside the snowy forests outside, your eyes already beginning to feel heavier, your thoughts quieter now. Further away from the busy world you left behind, the train continued deeper into the mountains, passing silent forests, frozen valleys, snow-covered hills glowing softly beneath the stars, and always beneath everything, the steady, endless rhythm. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, again and again, like slow breathing in the dark. The warm lights glowed gently around you. The blanket rested softly across your body, and outside the window, the peaceful mountain night stretched on forever, calm, silent, dreamlike. The train rolled onward through the sleeping world, never rushing, never loud, only soft motion, soft light, soft sound. Click, clack, click, clack, deeper into the snowy mountains, deeper into the quiet night, and little by little, the gentle rhythm of the train carried your thoughts farther away, leaving only warmth, stillness, and rest. The sleepy mountain train continued quietly through the night, deeper into the endless snowy mountains. Click, clack, click, clack. The rhythm beneath the cabin remained soft and steady, like slow breathing in the dark. Outside the window, the forests grew thicker now, tall pine trees standing silently beneath the moonlight, their branches heavy with fresh snow. Every now and then, the wind moved gently through the trees, sending tiny sparkling flakes drifting softly into the air. The moon appeared between the branches, then disappeared again. Silver light, dark forest. Silver light, dark forest. Again and again, the train glided peacefully onward. Warm steam curled past the windows, and the glass fogged softly at the corners. Inside the cabin, the lamps glowed gently beside the seats, everything warm and golden against the cold blue night outside. You rested quietly beneath the blanket, listening to the endless sleepy rhythm. Click, clack, click, clack. Far below the tracks, a frozen lake slowly appeared between the trees, wide and silent beneath the moonlight. Its surface shimmered pale silver beneath drifting snow. For a few quiet moments, the lake stretched beside the train, like glass, perfectly still, perfectly calm. Then slowly, the forests surrounded the tracks once more. In the distance, tiny lights appeared among the snowy hills, a small mountain village sleeping peacefully beneath the stars. Warm, golden windows glowed softly through the darkness. Smoke drifted lazily from stone chimneys, and snow rested quietly upon the rooftops. The train passed slowly beside the village. No sounds came from the little houses, no movement, no hurry. only warm light glowing gently against the snowy night. For a moment, you imagine the people inside sleeping peacefully beside crackling fireplaces, safe and warm while snow drifted softly outside their windows. Then the village slowly disappeared behind the falling snow, and once again the mountains became quiet and empty. The train crossed an old iron bridge high above a frozen river. Soft fog curled slowly beneath the tracks, moving lazily above the icy water below. The sound of the wheels changed again. Click-clack, 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 echoing gently through the mountains. Far below, the frozen river shimmered faintly beneath the moonlight. Then slowly, the bridge disappeared behind you, and the soft rolling rhythm returned once more. Click, clack, click, clack. Deep within the forest, a small cabin appeared between the trees, its windows glowing warmly in the darkness. A single lantern swayed gently beside the door, and thin trails of smoke rose peacefully into the cold night sky. The cabin looked tiny beneath the enormous snowy mountains, like a quiet secret hidden deep within the forest. You watched it slowly disappear behind the drifting snow, and for a moment, the entire world felt dreamlike, as though the train were moving not through mountains, but through soft, quiet dreams. Inside the cabin, the warmth continued wrapping gently around you. The steady motion of the train rocked softly beneath your seat, back and forth, slow and comforting. Nearby, someone quietly stirred in their sleep. A page turned softly somewhere farther down the carriage. The kettle continued steaming gently in the distance, small peaceful sounds blending into the rhythm of the train. Outside, the snowfall became thicker now, snowflakes swirling slowly beneath the moonlight, covering the tracks, the trees, the mountains. Everything softened beneath the endless falling snow. The train moved onward through it all, patiently, quietly, as though it had traveled these mountains forever. Click, clack, click, clack, again and again. The sleepy train drifted deeper into the peaceful night, past frozen lakes, sleeping villages, foggy bridges, and glowing cabins hidden beneath the snowy pines. While above the mountains, the stars continued shining silently across the endless sky. The warmth of the train surrounded you softly now, gentle, safe, comforting. The steady motion beneath the cabin continued rocking slowly back and forth, like quiet waves carrying you farther into rest. Click, clack, click, clack. The sound had become softer somehow, more distant, more dreamlike. The snowy mountains continued drifting quietly beyond the window, blurred gently by falling snow and sleepy eyes. Tall, dark forests passed slowly through the moonlight, silent hills rolling beneath the stars. Everything outside seemed slower now, calmer now, as though the whole world had grown sleepy beside you. Inside the cabin, the lamps glowed warmly against the wooden walls, golden light flickering softly beside the windows. The blanket rested heavily across your body, warm and comfortable. Your breathing had slowed, deep and steady, and with every gentle movement of the train, your thoughts drifted farther away, farther from the busy world, farther from noise and worry, until only the quiet rhythm of the journey remained. Click, clack, click, clack, again and again. The sound repeated endlessly beneath the warm cabin. Slow, peaceful, sleepy. Outside, snow continued falling through the mountains, soft white flakes drifting endlessly through silver moonlight. Some touched the glass beside you, then disappeared quietly into the darkness. Far away in the distance, tiny cabin windows glowed faintly among the trees, small golden lights hidden deep within the snowy forest. Then slowly, they too faded into the night behind the train. The mountains stretched endlessly around you now, dark, peaceful shapes beneath the stars, ancient and silent, watching quietly as the sleepy train moved deeper into the night. The warmth of the seat beneath you, the softness of the blanket, the steady rocking of the train, all carried you deeper and deeper into rest. Your eyelids felt heavy now, thoughts drifting slowly like snowflakes through the dark. Nothing needed your attention anymore. Nothing needed solving. The sleepy train continued quietly through the mountains, moving slowly beneath the endless night sky. Click, clack, click, clack. The rhythm had become soft now, distant, almost like part of a dream. Outside the window, the snowfall continued endlessly through the silver moonlight, tiny flakes drifting peacefully across the dark forests, covering the mountains in soft white silence. Inside the cabin, the lamps glowed gently beside the windows, warm golden light flickering softly against the old wooden walls. Everything felt calm here, still, safe. The passengers rested quietly beneath their blankets, breathing slowly, dreaming softly as the train carried them through the sleeping mountains. And you too felt yourself drifting farther into rest, your thoughts softening, your body heavy and warm, your breathing slow and peaceful. The world outside no longer felt distant, because now there was only the quiet rhythm of the train, only warmth, only rest. Click, clack, click, clack, again and again. The mountains rolled silently beside the tracks, dark pine forests standing beneath the stars, frozen rivers shimmering faintly beneath drifting fog, tiny cabins glowing softly in the far distance. Everything peaceful, everything sleeping. The train moved onward through it all, patiently, gently, never rushing, as though it could travel forever through the snowy night. And slowly, very slowly, your thoughts began fading like snowfall in the dark, quietly drifting away, one by one, until only peaceful stillness remained, the warmth of the blanket, the gentle rocking of the train, the soft, endless rhythm beneath you, all carrying you deeper and deeper into dreams. Outside, the mountains watched silently beneath the moonlight, and somewhere far ahead, the snowy tracks continued endlessly through the quiet, sleeping world. Click, clack, click, clack, soft, slow, endless. The sleepy train carried you gently onward through the mountains, while the night grew quieter and quieter, and sleep wrapped softly around you like falling snow, until at last there was nothing left to do, nothing left to think about, only warmth, only peace, only sleep. And beneath the endless stars, the sleepy mountain train continued quietly into the night. Nothing needed finishing tonight, only rest, only warmth, only the peaceful sound of the train. Click, clack, click, clack, again and again. The same gentle rhythm, soft wheels moving through sleeping mountains. The lamps flickered quietly beside you. The passengers rested peacefully nearby. And somewhere far ahead, the snowy tracks continued endlessly beneath the moonlight. The train moved onward, slowly, quietly, without hurry, without noise, as though time itself had fallen asleep. Your body felt heavier now, relaxed completely into the warmth around you, the motion of the train becoming softer, more distant, like a dream slowly floating farther away. Outside, the forests, the frozen rivers, the snowy hills, all drifted silently through the darkness, and little by little, the world became quieter still, until there was only the peaceful rhythm beneath you. Click, clack, click, clack, and the endless sleepy mountains beneath the stars, carrying you softly, gently, peacefully, deeper and deeper into sleep.